أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining us today on this fine evening, listening to our experts talk. We decided on this year's convention that the youth need to be included, and towards those efforts, we decided to take them on a tour of Washington yesterday. But today we have several talks that are all geared towards the youth. So we please ask you to give them your attention because you won't regret it. They come here with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and they're ready to share it, and they're very excited and happy to share it with us. So we should be very grateful to attend to this workshop today. So before we start, I'll give just 30 seconds to Saint Babakar so he can give us an opening prayer, and then we'll begin, inshallah. Thank you, Saint Babakar. May Allah grant us all our wishes and shower us with barakah with all that we do in our professional life, but also in our life for the akhirah. So Majamba here is going to begin today. Many of you might know his name, maybe you're familiar with his face, but he's very influential in the community. He's the CEO or the owner of Bishri TV, and he's an executive coach. He's willing to share what he has learned throughout his journey. And his talk will be titled, "Your Success Depends on Your Leadership." So the title itself talks for itself. And we are excited to hear what he has to tell us today. Bismillah, Sayyid Majam Mubay.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I want to start by commending you for your patience, because we planned this yesterday. It didn't happen. We talked about it this morning, and most of you were already in the room, and we came and asked you to just wait another hour. That hour turned into 2 hours, and you were still here. And let me tell you that the first secret of success is showing up. 80% of it is showing up, and that's what you just did. So the topic that I have for you is success. Your success depends on your leadership. So then you will see that there are two key words in that: success and leadership. So the way I would like to proceed is right from the get-go. I will tell you that this is not a lecture. Maybe my intention, because when they say workshop, it is like participatory. Like all of you would have to work with me in making this happen. I'm not just here to tell you things, but I want you to participate with me. That's how we can learn together. A little bit about myself from what the way he introduced me. I've been teaching public speaking and leadership for the last 7 years in Denver, Colorado. I am also the author of the book, Fated to Win, 7 Steps to Finding Meaningful Success. The second one that I'm writing right now is titled Speak Up, I Can't See You, which is all about leveraging public speaking to gain more visibility. So the way I want to start this is by having you help me out here. When I say the word success, what does come to your mind? When I say success, when you hear success, what do you think about? Volunteers, please. I told you this is not a lecture, yes. Just shout it to me, please. Khewul. Okay. What else? Oh, you want to come here? I like you already. Thank you. Alaikum salam.
What's happening? What is it?
When you hear success, what do you think about?
Oh,
What first comes to your mind?
I don't know. Like,
Do you want to be successful?
well, yeah.
What would that look like when you are?
I mean, me being close to my family, being good in my team, and everything. Oh, me being successful is like me being close to my family. I like everyone in my family, and having team and everything.
Okay. Thank
Being
you,
a
sir.
good Muslim too.
Being a good Muslim.
Yes.
And what is your name?
Panda.
Panda. Panda, thank you so very much. Now, as much as I want you to forget about what she just said, because I don't want her answers to influence yours, but also I want you to remember it. I don't know how you can do both at the same time, but that's what I want. Anybody else who can give me another answer which is not that at all? Well, if it is yours, then okay, but think for yourself. Yes. Borom xasida yi neex yi, come on, yeah. I heard you earlier, come on.
One thing I'm gonna say is achieving your goal.
Achieving your goals. Okay. That's the basic definition of success, actually, achieving your goal. But let me ask again, if I say success, what comes to your mind first? Yes.
Being able to take care of myself and my family, and people around me.
Being able to take care of myself, my family, and people around me. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Having the skills necessary to serve society.
Having the skills necessary to serve society. Did you all hear that? Having the skills necessary to serve society. Anybody else? Ladies? Okay. Salim, yeah? You're next. Okay.
I will say this for everybody. When I hear success, I hear money.
Okay. So for Salim, success is about money. But is it? Young lady, yes. What's your name? Can you introduce yourself, please? Thank you.
My name is Mamjara.
Mamjara Buso. Wow.
For me, success is doing something I love that is also beneficial to others.
That is wisdom right there. Success is doing what you love and being what? Beneficial to others. Beautiful. Anybody else? Yes.
I would say success is knowledge to me and education because it's something that can never be taken away from me.
Success to her is knowledge and education because it cannot be taken away from her. Wow. That is powerful. That is powerful. Anybody else who can try? Yes. Can you shout it out or you take the mic, please? Success is about the completion of your goal. Then which means you have to have a goal in order to be successful, according to her definition. Okay? What else? Yes, ma'am.
I just think about my future. When I hear the word success, I think about my future because I will be successful, inshallah.
Allahu Akbar. I like the self-confidence. When I hear success, I think about my future because I will be successful, inshallah. Beautiful. Anybody else? Okay, so let's move on to the next word, which is leadership. Let's do the same thing we just did. Now, when you hear leadership, what do you think about? Yes.
I think about leadership, I think about being able to persuade people with my words and my actions.
You see, this is the reason why, or this is my personal belief. I don't think that one person know it all. I don't care how much knowledge you have. When you meet a group of people like this, there is so much richness in the room that you will miss out if you just come and pretend you can tell them everything. So she said leadership to her is being able to persuade in his words, in her words and actions. What else? Yes.
Taking initiative.
Taking initiative. What else? Yes.
Leadership is being guide or leading it toward the right path.
Being guide.
Yeah. Or leading towards the right path.
Okay. And what's your name? Huh? Juma. According to Juma, leadership is being guide or guiding, following the right path. Okay. Yes.
I think it's also like having responsibilities and being accountable for your actions.
Being accountable for your actions. That's a lot of lessons right there. Being accountable for your actions. Let that sit for a moment. Being accountable for your own actions. She's not talking about the actions of others, but your own actions. That's what she thinks when they think about leadership. What else? Yes, ma'am. Can you stand up and shout out, please? And what is your name? Abby. Abby. Okay. So according to Abby, leadership is about gaining knowledge and being able to share it with others. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Wow. So then leadership is not just about you. It is also about others. But she also says that you cannot be a leader if you actually don't learn. So leaders are learners. You have to learn, and learners are readers. And we'll come back to that. Now, let me ask you something else. I want you to think of 5 leaders that you admire in your life. 5 leaders. They could be anybody. 5. Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Wow. Sëñ Muntaxa. Cheikh Brafa.
Prophet Muhammad.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now I want, let's do it like this. Each of you will think of 5. You raise your hand and you tell me the 5s. Think about 5 leaders that you really, really admire. Yes. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
My father, my mother.
Wow. That is beautiful. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Borom xasida yi neex yi.
My first one is Sayyid Tuba, Sharafat, my dad, and my mom, and everybody else that's working for Sayyid Tuba.
Wow, mashallah, mashallah. Anybody else? 5 leaders. You want me to volunteer you? Khadija, you're looking at me, so I pick up you. Yes. Khadija, go ahead. Yeah. Do we have many Khadijas here? We have 2 Khadijas. Okay, so both of you then. Come on, let's do it. Come on. Fatukine, my bad, I was talking to you, you know that. Go ahead, Khadija, go ahead. Can you stand up, please?
I would say my mom, my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the prophets,
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I would say my teacher. I would say my brother, my older brother.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Can I have one last person? No? So we got to move on? Okay. Let me ask you this. For the ones who responded, why didn't you include yourself in that 5? Why didn't you include yourself in the 5 leaders that you mentioned? Yes.
I wouldn't include myself because I consider myself a work in progress.
Okay.
So I still feel like I'm still trying to get somewhere, but I'm not where I'm trying to be.
Wow. And what is your name? Dam. Dam has a very, very beautiful take on this. He said he would not include himself right now because he's a work in progress. That he's not where he wants to be yet. I'll take that. Anybody else? Why didn't you include yourself in the list of 5? Yes.
I feel like if I include myself, I will feed my ego.
MashaAllah. Okay. What's your name again, Abby? Oh, how can I forget? Mam Jara. Mam Jara says she did not include herself because then it will feed her ego. That's beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. I think what I'm seeing here is a group of young men and young ladies who are extremely talented and already know where they're going. But let me tell you why you should include yourself in any list as a leader. Because you are one. What I'm talking to you today is about success. Your success depends on your it is. Even if it is a leader of one, and it is yourself. Because leadership starts with you. It doesn't matter what you know, it doesn't matter what you do. If you are not able to lead yourself, you cannot lead anybody else. Now, if we take it in that sense, then the first step is knowing who you are. This is my favorite saying, and I share this everywhere. And it is whenever you are building anything, an edifice, a building, what have you, the most important part is the foundation. You have to have a strong foundation in order to build on anything. Without a foundation, whatever work you might do later can crumble because your foundation was not strong. Now then, in your success, in your leadership, you are the foundation. So knowing yourself comes first. And the way they say that is self-awareness, which is you understanding your own feelings, understanding your character, understanding who you really are. Now, most of you find yourself with 2 identities. When you are at home, you are an African. You go outside to school, you are an American. That can be confusing for some. But if you truly understand who you are, then it won't be at all. Because Allah says that whatever He created, the human being is His favorite. So that right there made you somebody exceptional already without you doing anything at all. But if you don't understand that, you were always trying to be somebody that you were not, because you were looking at people and trying to copy them. Now, there's a lot of things that I could have said somewhere else, but not in this room. Because when we talked about success, well, he spoiled my, I don't know, because he answered that for him success is money. But for many of you, the answers were so beautiful because it had nothing to do with money. Whatever it is, that is your goal. For instance, when I'm coaching people, I said, like, why do you go to work? And most people would say, I go to work to make money. Okay, then why do you want to make money? And the answer can go deeper. We can go up to 7 levels deep. But at the end of the day, what they truly want has nothing to do with money. But what money can do for them. Money itself is absolutely nothing. You can have billions of dollars at the bank, but if you are laying at the hospital right now and you cannot even breathe and they cannot use that money to help you, that money is useless. So whatever the goal is in life, it should not only be centered on money. Beautifully said, all of you responded that it is about either serving people or gaining knowledge or what have you. But it was beautiful to hear. Coming back to the point that I was making earlier about self-awareness. When you go out there, wherever there is to you, understand this. Nobody is better than you. Now, you might not go out and say, I'm better than this person or that person, but what I can guarantee you is nobody is better than you. You are whole and complete. And whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want to get or do or be or have is already in you. It's not outside. That's why I loved when somebody said earlier, accountability. Taking responsibility, being accountable for your own actions before you can talk to anybody else. I mean, it is very easy for you to say it is somebody's fault. Like, let's say you fail a test or you have a B or a C and then you said, well, it was hard or this or that. But the reason really was that you were not ready. It's nobody's fault, it's yours. And the sooner you can take that responsibility, the better it is for you to actually make something out of it. Because I truly believe that there is no failures at all. They're just lessons. It's either you succeed or you learn. A failure becomes a failure when you can repeat it over and over again because you are not learning anything from it. But if you make a mistake and you learn from that, then it was not failure, it was a lesson. So then knowing yourself is the basis. I said that earlier. Before you can lead anybody, you should be able to lead yourself. Before you can lead yourself, you have to know yourself. But one thing that I know, and I will insist with all the youth, is you have the permission from this day forward to hold your head high, knowing that you are somebody's, not anybody, but a special human being that was put on earth for a purpose. Now you have to understand that. You were not here just to mess around. There is something that God intended for you to do here on this earth. The reason why leadership is my favorite topic of all is that it builds the foundation for you to be whatever it is that you would like to be. So your success depends on your leadership. You are leading every day. Whether you know it or not, you are leading every day. So this is the next round of activities or next round of questions. If I say, I am a leader when how would you complete the sentence? I want you to say it. I am a leader when Yes, sir.
I don't know.
I have some philosophers in this room already. He says he's the leader when he says, I don't know. That is powerful. Because look, this is the way I always say, the beginning of knowledge is knowing that you don't know. But okay, yeah. No, absolutely. That's fine. So as I was saying, the beginning of knowledge is knowing that you don't know. And then he says he's a leader when he says, I don't know. Because that opens the door. Well, if you truly believe that you know, and I know this is something very big in young people, whatever you tell them before you can even complete the sentence, they say, I know. I know. I know. I know. But believe me, if you keep doing that, you will be missing a lot of knowledge. So consider yourself as an empty vessel that people can pour into, and that's how you can gather knowledge. Thank you so much. Anybody else? I am a leader when Yes.
My full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We plan for Allah together.
I am a leader when I put my full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we plan, but He decides. Wow. MashaAllah. Anybody else? Yes. Abi, right?
Yeah.
Come on. I cannot hear you.
I would say I'm a leader when I recognize my abilities in like any environment or any space without like stressing me.
I am a leader when I recognize my abilities. Man, I told you this room is full of philosophers already. Beautiful. Anybody else? Yes.
I would say I'm a great leader.
Hang on one second.
I would say I'm a leader if I have great communication skills, integrity, vision, and empathy.
I am a leader when I have great communication skills. Thank you so much, because I was about to forget communication and you just brought me back. Thank you. The young lady at the back, please. I am a leader when Can you stand up, please? Thank you. Self-leadership. I am a leader when I do not allow other people to influence me to do bad stuff. Because look, one of the definitions of leadership is very simple. Leadership is influence. Leadership is influence. If you can influence people, you will be able to lead them. Because influencing comes from, is preceded by inspiration. Now you have to inspire people to influence them. If you do not inspire them to lead them, you're going to manipulate them to lead them. And manipulation would not last. Because as soon as they know what you know, or they know better, they will no longer follow you. And we, sometimes as parents, we can learn something from that. Our children, if we force them to do something, they will do it, because if they don't, we might do something. There is a consequence. Beating them up, taking their stuff, or what have you. But if we influence them the right way, that they buy into whatever it is that we are asking them to do, our job is done. Because when we are not around, they can still do it. They will still do it because they want to. So the best way to have anybody do anything is to make sure that they want to do it. So that was a beautiful answer. Now, they were asking me to wrap it up in about 10 minutes or so, so let's get into the next section, and it is public speaking. Why public speaking, or why do you think public speaking is important for leadership?
Without public speaking, you wouldn't know how to communicate with the person who you're helping.
Can you speak up?
Without public speaking,
Yes.
you wouldn't know how to communicate with the person you're helping, and you wouldn't help that person to understand how you're helping them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful. Yes.
I say public speaking allows you to like project smaller voices that are unable to speak out, probably because they're scared.
Basically, what you were saying is public speaking allows you to have voices for the voiceless, or to give voices to the voiceless. That's beautiful. Anybody else? Why public speaking is important for leadership? Yes.
Public speaking is important so that you can explain what it is that you want people to do as being a leader. Not only that, it may not be the message, but it may be how you present the message. So how you speak, how you present yourself, that also plays into being a leader. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, most of you might think that it is a hard thing to do, public speaking, standing in front of other people and speaking. You might be afraid to do that because you think, well, that's not me. Let it be you, because it has the power to open doors like nothing else. Because whenever you guys are meeting anywhere and you are able to stand up and speak, people are already looking at you as a leader. Because no matter how much you know, if you don't say it, nobody knows. So, Sohna Jara said something very important earlier, that she's avoiding to feed her ego. That is beautiful. But at the same time, do not sell yourself short. If you believe that you can do something, do it. Never go anywhere and have this false modesty. Like whatever people say, oh, no, that's not me, I don't know. No, speak up, stand up, because your voice is your power. Your voice is your power. Now, do not just see people standing in front of a group and speaking, you think they're geniuses or they're superhuman. No, everybody who stands up in front of people and speak, at some point, they were very, very anxious and very, very fearful. But let me give you one tip that you can always use to do better. And it is, most of the anxiety that people get when they're speaking in front of people is because they want something from the people they're speaking to. Let me repeat that. Most of people who have anxieties talking to people is because they want something from those people, from the audience. Now you might be asking, what? Well, they want to be liked. They want to be appreciated. They want to be understood. They want. And what happens if you want something and you don't get it? You're always afraid that what if they don't understand me? Or what if they laugh at me? What if they think I'm too short? What if they think I'm too tall? Well, that's life. You're either too short or too tall or what have you, in the middle. So get that out of the way. They can understand you if you really prepare your topic. You become the expert now and consider yourself that you are doing them a favor. You actually have something so important that they should not miss out by not listening to you. So you're just reversing stuff. Instead of trying to get, focus on giving. If you have a message that you really research on, you did your work, you did your due diligence, and you were talking to people, that very moment you are the expert on the subject. Now, is it possible that some people in the room might know something about it, or they might know even better, but they're not here talking, you are. So consider yourself as the expert at that very moment and feel good about yourself. That small switch can turn things around for you. Now, if that doesn't do the trick, talk to yourself. You can be nervous about speaking and say, hey, I don't have time for nervousness right now. I'll deal with you later. And you take the task on hand, deal with it. When you are done, nervousness will not be there waiting for you. It's gone. And the other thing, for the ladies, most of you are very good cook. But how do you become a good cook? It's by cooking every day. How do you become a good writer? It's by writing every day. Well, the only way you can become a good speaker is not reading a lot of books about public speaking or watching tons of YouTube stuff about public speaking, but it is about speaking at every occasion that you have. And if there was one single thing that can elevate you in whatever that you do, is being able to speak in front of people. You articulate the right thing and get it out. There are only 3 things that you need to remember about public speaking. If you forget everything that I said today, remember this. Public speaking is 3 steps. Tell people what you were going to tell them. Tell them and tell them what you just told them. That's it. I'm opening my message and I said, today I would like to talk to you about success and leadership. Part 1, or first of all, I will start with XYZ. Second, I will talk to you about this. Third, this. And then I just tell you, I just tell you what I just told you in the beginning. When I'm done, I say, well, thank you so much for having me in Baltimore. Today we were talking about leadership, the importance of leadership in your own success. Understanding that success is not what people define as success. Success has to be personal. Somebody said it earlier. It is when you can achieve a goal that you set for yourself. So I'm not successful when somebody else or society tells me that I am successful. Their definition of success might not match mine. So the starting point is now, where you are sitting right now. How do you define success going forward? Do not let anybody decide that for you. And I mean anybody. I know some parents are in the room, so I don't say those stuff. But you have to be your own maker for your success. What you want, because I heard another definition. Success is doing what you love. Now, in my book, Fated to Win, there is a chapter that I said, Bëgg Gëm Jëf, the only way, the 3 pillars of success. Well, then it starts with bëgg. What is bëgg? To have a burning desire. You have to want something so bad that if you don't get it, there will be a problem for you to pursue it. But then the second step is to believe. Have faith. Now, faith, it is said that faith is not knowing that God can, but it is knowing that He will. So then if you believe in yourself, your capacities, and you believe in Allah, as Sohna Ara said earlier, we plan, but Allah finishes. So if we have that belief, it is still not enough. You have to take action. That's why that wisdom of Sheikh Ibra summarizes success for all of us. Bëgg, gëm, jëf. Now if you do all of that, if you're only successful in your own corner, then it is not that sweet. It will be when you start uplifting other people to come with you, because it can be lonely up there. That's where leadership comes in. So I hope I was able to share something with you that will stay with you, because to me, you are the foundation of the life you will be living 10 years from now, 5 years from now, or even a day from today. Because every decision you make is a leadership decision. Now, I know we don't have time, but I would love to continue conversations like this with the youth, with all of you. And that's the reason why I'm launching an institute online, which is called the Mentium Institute. I'll share my business card. The official launch will be next Saturday. If you have time to come, please join on Zoom and just see what we're doing. Because I believe in human potential. There is absolutely nothing we cannot do, be, or have if we put our minds into it. Thank you so much. Sorry.